Israel, according to WSJ, pumps seawater into Hamas underground tunnel network. In 2013, Egypt left the tunnels that connect Gaza to Sinai. But with sewage. 2 years later, Egypt pumped seawater, hoping to stop the movement of weapons and fighters. Israel's Hamas tunnels in Gaza are said to pump seawater on the underground network. Tactical may seem shocking but not new. Corn did the same thing at least twice. One used sewage instead of water. According to Wall Street Journal, Israel began to flood tunnels of about 300 miles from the Mediterranean. With water from Mediterranean, his aim seems to be forcing Hamas fighters in the tunnels where Israel can attack them. Israel believes that the tunnel system nicknamed Metro is used to move weapons and fighters to the territory of Israel. When the Business Insider tunnels asked if they were inundated, the Israeli Defense Forces refused to comment. However, there is a history of tactics. Egypt, which limited Gaza in the east, had a similar plan in 2013. The smuggling tunnels, which connect Gaza to the Sinai Peninsula, were flooded. The New York Times. Mohamed Morsi, president of Egypt at that time, wanted close the tunnels, transfer weapons and militant flow from Gaza Sinai Sinai. Times said that the Egyptian army tried to pump gas on the tunnels before moving to sewage. A few years later, Egypt, using seawater pumped from the Mediterranean, tunnels began to flood almost exactly what WSJ does. Egyptian officials confirmed that water pomukat continued to Al Jazeera and said that the operation aims to end smuggling activities. Egyptian President Abdel-Fattah al-Sisisi claimed that the flooding of the tunnels was carried out for safety. In a joint statement in September 2015, according to the Middle East Monitor, several Palestinian group floods condemned floods and increased concerns that it would destroy the agricultural land and pollute underground water reserves. Similar concerns are now expressed. Experts say that Israel's seawater tactic can exacerbate water pollution and cause environmental damage in Gaza. In 2016, Egypt launched another flood operation. At that time, Israeli Minister Yuval Steinitz said that Selin was partly because of Israel's demand and described it as a good solution to fight Hamas tunnel network. This time there is an extra risk to be considered whether the Selin has not yet been released on October 7. The 100 hostages taken by Hamas will damage some. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the leaked audio recordings of a meeting. Free hostages and relatives of those who are still under captivity. Their loved ones will be killed by the waterflood according to Israeli media output. He said. The magazine reported that IDF was reluctant to send underground soldiers due to the risk of Bubi traps. Instead, he said he plans to use the flood with the army. Airstrikes, explosives, robots, dogs and drones.